The split stroke, the defining feature of the George Formby style playing of ukulele banjo. If you want to play and sound like the artists of that era, then you have to know the split stroke. It is the foundational element of their playing style. Now, the split stroke simply consists of a pattern that repeats. Each pattern or cycle of the split stroke lasts exactly the length of one bar of music. So when you hear someone counting in 1, 2, 3, 4, that's a bar of music. And for each beat, we're going to divide them into 2. So we end up with 8 eighths. Of these 8 notes within our bar of music, we're going to group them in the following way. We're going to have a group of 3, then that same group of 3 repeats again, and then the remaining 2 elements make up their own group of 2. So we have a 3 plus 3 plus 2 grouping system. I like to call the group of 3 the sausages, with each syllable applying to a different element of this group. So, sa, jes. And the same with bacon on the group of 2, bacon. So our cycle, you can think of it as sausages, sausages, bacon. Getting that rhythm in your head, sausages, sausages, bacon, round and round on a loop, sausages, sausages, bacon, sausages, sausages, bacon, is a basic way to verbalise the rhythm of the George Formby split stroke style. And if you can get that rhythm internalised by saying it out loud, then I think it will help in helping you to play this rhythm. But how do we actually do it on the instrument? My ukulele banjo is in C, and we're going to be using a C chord for the purposes of this exercise. So we're going to play a sausages first of all. That is our group of 3, and on the first syllable, the so, we're simply going to do a down strum. Then for the sa, the second part of our 3-note group, we're going to play a half up strum. This is where we only catch the strings that are closest to the floor. It might just be the very bottom string, or it might be a couple of strings. But as long as you're not doing a complete up strum, and instead just doing a little half strum, that's what is important. And then for our jes, the last syllable of this 3-note group, we do a half down strum, but instead of thinking about it as a strum, you can think of it as a little tap on the top string. Again, just like our half up strum, we only want to catch a couple or just maybe one of the strings. And as long as we're not doing a whole down strum, that's great. The reason I said to think about this as a little flick or a little tap is because the hand has to finish above the strings, whereas normally we'd do a down strum and our hand would finish below the strings. With this flick, it's got to finish above the string. So here's what the sausages sounds like on a loop. Sausages, 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 sausages. So in the split stroke cycle, sausages happens twice. And finally, we have our bacon, which is simply a down and an up strum, strumming all the strings down, up. Bacon, bacon, bacon. Here's what that sounds like put together. Sausages, sausages, bacon, sausages, sausages, bacon, sausages, sausages, bacon, sausages, sausages, bacon, sausages, sausages, bacon. Make sure you've practiced that element and that strumming pattern before you move on to the next step. You want to make sure that you can play it smoothly and play multiple cycles in a row without any hesitation or inaccuracy. Once you can do that, put in this little extra step that will make it sound really like you're playing like George Formby. we're only going to put our finger down on the string closest to the floor on the first syllable of every word. So our C chord, for example, only stays on when we're doing our so and our ba, and then it comes off for sa, jez and con. So here's what that looks like slowly. So, sa, jez, so, sa, jez, bacon, so, sa, jez, so, sa, jez, bacon. Now I'm exaggerating when I move my hand just for the purposes so that you can see on camera. But I'm going to do it again now how I would really do it. And I'm just going to make a very small movement this time. Because if we do a lot of big movements like this, we're going to tire ourselves out and it's going to be harder to speed this up. So there you have it, the split stroke. Please let me know how you're getting on in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you if you have any questions or any success stories.